Welcome to the Back Big in the Backyard Media.
Get into it.
It's your host, temporarily, Kayla Song, and I'm here with the wonderful, talented, most graciously fierce. Introduce yourself. Who are you?
My name is Richard Parris Scott. I am an actor, composer, musician, and artiste. Born and raised in Springfield, Massachusetts.
Yay! Now, I hear the word on the street that you are popping in Springfield, performing, just like showcasing your art. Firstly, I just want to say, where did this all begin? Where did Richard Parris Scott begin?
I'm not gonna hold you straight out the gate. I was definitely known in my family for just yelling and belting from the age of whatever I could start making noise. But I would say that my formal music start definitely was in middle school. I was a little band kid, had me a trumpet. I was like, okay, here we go. Actually, I remember being in 6th grade, and I remember the band director of Vancicle Middle School coming in and was like, who wants to be in band? And in my brain, I'm thinking it's like a rock band. I'm thinking they got drums, guitar, bass, and lead vocals. All I knew, I didn't care about anything else. All I knew was that I was going to sing. I got in there, there's clarinets and flutes, and I was very confused. And I was like, what's going on? And I had to pick an instrument because I thought I was going to be able to sing. And there was no singing in that band. So I'm like, okay, the clarinet maybe. Then they're like, oh yeah, you can play the clarinet. You just have to buy your own reeds. I'm like, I have to buy what? No, I'm not doing that. And I don't have to buy anything with trumpet, so I picked trumpet.
Oh, okay. So it was fate.
It was there.
Because
Yeah.
your trumpeting is fierce.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my goodness.
It's something.
So was this confidence always there, or did it take you some time to develop?
It's definitely been a journey. I would say that I was able to develop a faux confidence when I was a teenager. And it definitely, it got me a little reputation. But I found myself, especially as I dug into my artistry, deconstructing that false entity or character that I created for myself. And the past 5 years have really been about cultivating like a true inner understanding of myself, and an understanding of what I'm capable of. So I've been grateful for that.
That's amazing. Not everyone has that. Wow. I know you said that in your family you were known to be loud, and just well at the top of your lungs. Do you think like having that type of family that allowed you to be yourself, was it that type of family, or and if so, do you think that played a part in who you are today and how expressive you are and lively?
You know, it's kind of like a curve. So I think I was given the space to be rambunctious as a very young child, not necessarily because that's what people thought my personality was, but because I was a very young child, and in that I like to sing and try to make songs and things of that sort. And then it was more so towards my adolescence that the opposite became true. Right, the way that I wanted to express myself was actually not quite accepted. So it kind of lended itself. I think that's why I sort of like really pushed towards putting all that energy into the horn, into doing band and making music in an academic setting, as opposed to like from like this self kind of expression. Yeah, it definitely changed, and I had to adjust to that for sure.
So would you say who was the most like impactful, or who did you feel like you could be your safest around, your most loudest around in your family?
That's a good question. I to be honest, I out of all the people in my family, I definitely felt the safest around myself. I talk to myself a lot.
I hear.
It was me and me against the world.
Period. That is so real. I love that. I really do. I really do. Let's talk about this fit.
Oh, okay.
I love your outfits.
Thank you.
And what I think really brings you out and separates you from a lot of the other performers is not only your artistry, but also the way you present yourself amazingly, from style to just on stage. Your outfits are just out there, like beautiful out there, and they always reflect, I feel, your personality. Where do you draw your inspiration from, style wise and also performance wise, if other than yourself?
Absolutely. I, as far as like style icons go, Donna Summer, Michael Jackson, Beyonce, the bodysuit Beyonce, Giselle Knowles Carter. eh, and for me in my artistry, it's really important to me to kind of bring in the classic, like, showgirl, showmanship look, so I put the band in suits, because you don't see musicians in suits anymore.
You really don't.
You
need to bring it back.
a lot of them, they be in t-shirts and jeans, and that's cool.
Yeah,
it's fine,
I guess.
But I thought it was an opportunity to do that, and I'm glad that it impacts the show and doesn't take away from it in a really good way. And I also felt that I have a lot stacked against me while I'm pursuing my career, and one of those things is my youth, and also the youth of the musicians that I've picked out. And that's by design. I wanted to go with musicians that were younger. I wanted to go with my peers. I wanted to go with people that we can learn together. We can create something together. But with that, we're automatically going to be discounted if we're entering a space. So it was really important to me that we all look together and we look professional, because I'm come from marching band, so it's like how you look is half of how you sound. So that was really important to me.
I love that. And it's like people judge you based off of what you show them. And you walk into a room and I see people, a whole bunch of guys in regular t-shirts and jeans and bands, versus the suits and the colors, and it separates you from the crowd, which is a wonderful thing. And that's absolutely amazing.
And there's some people that can get away with that, and that's great.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them, and that's okay.
That's great. If you want to look like that, not judging or anything.
Not at all. Oh.
So I remember the flashiness of Honey, Honey, Honey. You had, which I had a wonderful opportunity to be in that video. I love sharing. I showed everybody in my family, by the way. Us dressing almost like the showgirls. And it relates back to that album. First of all, the album All's Good. What was the process creating that? And like, how long did it take? And I know nothing about albums and what goes into them, but what was your personal experience putting out that album?
Thank you, first of all, and it was so much fun doing that music video. I'm so grateful. Girl, you was working it, honey. It was a good time. And when it comes to All's Good, I guess I can touch on the two halves of it. So for me, there's the emotional side, which I feel like is the core of the music that I try to create. It's everything that you hear, it's all real. All the lyrics are real. They're a part of my story some way along the way. And it was definitely a while getting the album together. I would say it took probably altogether, 3 years, like as much as I could, actively working on the project. But Wonder, for example, which is the last song on the album, I actually wrote, 6 years ago. So it was a opportunity for me to really focus in on my inspirations and also really bring stories from my life into it. That's really important. You have to live in order to write about anything. And for me, it's important that it's real. On the technical side, it was all recorded and mixed and mastered on my own. So for me, it was like, let me get the demos down first. I would produce the tracks, and then I would layer like first thing of vocals, like, okay, this is what I want it to sound like. I hear everything in my head already, and then I put it all out. And then after that, when it's time to get the final versions in, I would call upon musicians that I know and basically use the pandemic technique of like okay, I'm you on setting your part over here. So I would have my guitarist, he would record for 7 songs, and then I would get those parts in. Some folks I ended up recording like physically in the space. Alton, literally in my bedroom. We're just like he's going on, and I'm like, okay, cool. Can you do this? Can you do ba da 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 da? And he's like ba da 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 da. You know. So it was really a fun experience getting to self produce as well as put out that album. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. I never even thought about what goes into that. First, I just picture people in a studio all recording at the same time. You have to get the first take or the good take.
Yeah.
So that's so interesting, all that goes into it. And you said like 3 years?
Definitely 3 years for sure of like writing and like putting out. I mean, it was so much things were happening in my personal life at the same time. You know, it wasn't the streamlined experience that I wanted it to be, but instead of like letting that kind of get to me, I decided that I was gonna make that an advantage. I'm like, you know what, if this is gonna be a 3-4 year thing that's gonna stretch, then like let it mean something. So it was really important to me that this album represented me, who I am, what I'm capable of. It's just like it's a story, but it's also hi hello, you know. And I wanted to make sure that it was something that I could stand behind for a long time until I work on my next project.
Next project.
Speaking
of personal life,
okay,
I noticed those in some of the songs we were talking about one of your exes.
Okay.
Now, say if your ex, the one, it was in this room right now. I don't remember, there was this one song, I was doing all this for you. I was doing all and being ungrateful. So do you think they've heard it? Have you ever thought about, like, when you write these songs about people, say that one lizard evil ex, do you think they ever log on and listen? Do you ever imagine, or after you write, you're like, whatever, this for the world to hear? Or is it more to them?
Yes.
That's all I need to know.
I for me, especially because the album story was coming from such a wide place. It's not like it was like the specific year in my life. It was like 4 years of my life were providing the material. There's actually the 4 horsemen of evil white Libras. They're all Libras. I don't know what it is. They have an obsession with Virgos. Leave me alone. Get away from me. So the writing, it's like, it's a piece. You know, I pieced together my different experiences with, you know, folks, and I curated it into one story. So you could hear it and think it's about one person, but it's actually, you know, this happened. This happened 2 years ago. This happened last week or whatever. And as far as the lizard goes, there's a song that I did put on the album, and I sent it to him. I was like, "You gonna hear this?"
Oh,
I didn't. Yeah, he didn't respond, but you know.
But I know he listened.
Oh, he listened. He listened to the whole thing.
Maybe once or twice or more.
Probably. That's okay.
So do you ever write songs, and like, do you ever feel like, okay, let me not put this info in. Let me change this. Let me not make it. Or you're just like, fuck it. I mean, you know, sorry. This is going in there.
I pride myself on my self-authorship. I think that I took a lot of risks, and one of the things is I don't want to be bored with my songs. I want to be scared. If I'm writing it down, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe I just wrote that. Then I feel like that's the right direction. Because I really do. I cannot stand a song that's about nothing. It irritates me if I'm like, I'm hearing something and it's like, this is so general. I feel like you're as an artist, you're not giving it to me. Why do it at all?
Yeah, like,
you know.
holding back.
Yeah. So for me, I'm like, okay, like this is me, and I think one of the most rewarding things that I've experienced in this past year, is just how the payoff, having a show that people are buying tickets to, and I'm singing the album all the way through, And it starts off fun. We're moving and we're grooving to Jupiter's groove, and
you know I mean that.
and then as the album progresses, it gets very real.
Yeah.
And being able to sit in that and sing songs like Unlovable, and people are like, they are eyes locked on me waiting for the next syllable to come out my mouth, and then we get to the end and we find this resolution, we find a better place to be, knowing that that connection was made. It makes it all worth it, you know. And this is my story. You're not going to you can't run me. You can't run me.
I love your laugh. It's so funny. That's beautiful, because I think people definitely need to hear what you have to say, especially when you're saying it in such a vulnerable way, and then you're playing the keys, and it just sounds so raw, like you don't even care, because it's you're saying what you have to say. A lot of people say that you've made it when you start getting hate. What are your thoughts on this as a performer? And performing for large crowds, big, small, short, tall, how have you accumulated hate? And if so, how have you dealt with that hate?
Good question. I think that definitely is true, for sure. I think that it's very easy to look at someone who is actively chasing visibility and comment on that. It's very easy to stay, to be in a comfortable place, to not be visible, and to make comment on someone who is visible, and is going up cringe mountain, as you could say.
Oh, I've never heard that. I love that.
Yeah. You know, it's like you're going up cringe mountain in order to find success, and you know, all the people that are, you know, that have something to say about you going up the mountain have not even tried. They haven't even put on the boots. You know
I was just thinking that they didn't even put on their snow boots.
They don't even know their shoe size. They don't know nothing. They don't know themselves, and I think that's what I found. And once I realized that oh, okay, it's not that I'm doing something wrong. Is that me, especially me, being myself, it's bound to provoke, and that's what art should do. It should be provocative, in my opinion. And if I'm able to do that by just being myself and doing what I feel like I'm destined to do in this lifetime, then I have no problem standing 10 toes behind myself and taking that, you know, on the chin, and just being like, okay, well, it is what it is. And for me, Beyonce is one of my biggest inspirations, and I love her music, but the way that she moves is what really makes me really appreciate her, like as a businesswoman. You will never see her run her mouth on the internet. Thus, you will never see me. Well, mostly you'll never see me run my mouth on the internet. And if I do, it's going to be in a way that is curated. It's going to be in a way that's thought out, or it's going to be in my art. That's really where it is. You know, if you want to know my thoughts on something, you want to know how I feel about a certain subject, you want to know my views, the first place you should look to is my music. It's going to be the music. And I think all artists, period, should put it in the music, or put it in the painting, or put it in the video, or put it in the editing, put it in the art. That's what I do about it.
Yeah. And keep that head up. I love that. Now, on another note, on a higher note, what would you say is your greatest achievement?
Oh my goodness.
This year, let's start slow. For this year, what would you say?
This year, it's been 14 days. You mean 2025 or 2026?
I mean last year, Lord.
Okay, 2025. There was, I think that for me, performing in the Springfield Jazz Festival was that was something that I've had my eyes on for a minute, and it's something that I feel like represents one of the biggest cultural stages in Springfield. And I felt like as I was going through my artistry and starting up the band and performing more and things of that sort, not all venues are going to treat you equally. That's something I've experienced. And for me, Springfield Jazz Festival felt like confirmation. It felt like, oh, okay, like I am seen. And that really gave it to me. You know, I mean, we accomplished an entire Pride tour that past June. With 14 shows, just bipping and bopping across New England, and that was amazing. And we got to perform at the Big E, which was like incredible. I mean, that was crazy. I was like, "Are you serious for real?"
Yes.
It was just like hit after hit after hit. I was like, "Okay," but Springfield Jazz Festival felt so special. It felt like, okay, like I am seen, and it that to me was the biggest confirmation of my art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was there at the Jazz Festival. You were absolutely amazing. You're one of my favorite people to watch perform just because your artistry. One of my favorite performances is definitely the one in the backyard concert. And you had a smoke machine and you had just like everyone in suits and like it was just amazing. And that's something I admire is just how much work you put in presentation because that's such a big thing. Such a big thing. And I wonder if you had to, you know, start from scratch. Exactly. Like imagine you like born again.
Okay.
Born again.
Right.
And learning what you've learned throughout, you know, this whole performance. What would you say is like about you personally? Would you say your first move to get where you are now? Like say past you was like, hey, I'm trying to do this. What do we do first?
Okay.
And you're like, let's do this. Let's skip all the bull crap. Let's do this.
Okay, wait. So is it like a thing where like I'm like in the 4th grade again, but I know everything that I know now and I need to figure it out? Or is it like I don't know?
Let's say freshly 18.
Freshly 18. Okay. 18 and I have like the will and the drive that I do in this life.
And you just got zapped. Your consciousness is now in your 18-year-old body.
Oh, so I know everything I know now, but I'm 18. What would I do? Okay. 18. Lord have mercy. First thing I would do is that's hard. That's hard because I want to say stay away from that man.
You know, and that's what they always say. Everyone watching, stay away from that evil man.
Stay away from that evil man that you meet when you're 19. Stay away from him.
Yes.
It's always 19.
It's always 19.
Stay away from that evil man that you meet when you're 19.
Okay, let me calm down. I got that trauma in me for a second.
No, seriously. Put in the music, baby. But that's the thing. I put it in the music, so I wouldn't have that in the music. I've heard.
Right. So maybe don't stay away from
all the things that I've learned and gone through have crafted me into who I am. And I've heard music from people that have not gone through anything in their life.
Ooh.
It's not good. It's very boring. So hopefully I would find out how to make something that's not boring. Hopefully I would find out how to, and it's tough because for me, I think it goes back to being Black, for example, right? Being Black is not just about the skin tone. It's also the lived experience that really makes us us. And it's like that question of, okay, well, who would we be without the generational trauma? You know? It's not that, oh, well, we should have it because that's how it make, like, that's not the answer. That's not the way. But I think it's important to acknowledge, okay, this is what happened, and the way that we're able to move past it and the way that we're able to laugh regardless, that's what makes us special. And you know, and that's what we're living with. So I try to keep it there because there's a lot of things that if I wanted to have an easier time in this life, I would change if I could. But I can't, and I wouldn't want to because I'm me.
Made you who you are.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Speaking of who you are now.
Right.
So I noticed you're so open and expressive with your sensuality, especially on stage. And another thing I appreciate, I love sensuality. I love it in music. and especially in blackness,
Mm,
especially tweaking with black femininity and
mm,
sexuality, and how it's often like fetishized and twisted.
right.
Was there a time where you weren't as comfortable expressing yourself, and how did you move forward from that?
That's a really good question. I would say that I've I would say that the expression and the gender expression that I do that I express is it's very tied to a lot of different things. So for me, fashion, for example, we touched on. That's a part of it for me. You know, learning what I want to look like and how I want to present myself came hand in hand with me having conversations with myself about what uh gender I am. And all these different things are different, gender, sexual orientation. Um, but for me, they really they came hand in hand. One would could not exist without the other,
Mm-hmm.
right? I wouldn't. For me personally, I don't feel like I can be sensual and soft and confident in that way if I don't dress the way that I like to
Yeah,
dress. That's just for me. So it's really been an amalgamating experience.
I love that word.
Yeah, me too. I'm so glad that I pronounced it correctly. I was like, here we go.
It is a weird word, but I love it, and especially in relation to your style
Mm.
and everything. So you said you draw a lot of inspo from Beyonce, and I can see that too. I can see the fierceness and just the elevated
Mm.
performances. I just keep going back to
Pe-
those
People don't
because
make it. People don't make that connection though, which I'm actually kind of glad for.
really,
Yeah, they don't. Like if I don't say Beyonce, people don't name Beyonce. That's one
I
of my
get
experiences.
Beyonce and what's that other artist? I get a little Tina Turner too, a little mixture in there. Beyonce and Tina Turner.
Yes, yes.
Love it. It's so fierce. Now, on a lighter note, what is your favorite song to perform? I personally love the All's Good, especially like if it's winding down at night, the lights are on, you're on the
Mm.
piano. It's beautiful. That's my personal favorite. And what's yours to perform slash listen to?
um, that's a good question. It's definitely like changed over time. A really good consistent one is Jupiter's Groove. Like that is something where it's like, here we go. It's full belt and it's all the way. It's up and it's a definitely crowd favorite. Um, Something about the intro that we have for All Night Long with the hits, and I'm just going in. I open up the show with it, and it just immediately grabs your attention.
Mm-hmm.
That I love. But lately, um, my like favorite song to perform is definitely I Have Trouble with Emotions. Yeah,
Yes.
I've like been able to add so much of my theater background to it and really bring that in, and people really respond really well to it, and I'm so happy
I
with
love
it.
it. It
Yeah.
sounds so, I don't even know if that's the right word, modern.
Mm.
Like, I don't know if that's the word, but it sounds almost like you can't predict what you're gonna say next.
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's the just the dynamics of the song and like the tempo. It's almost
Mhm.
expresses by how you can't predict what you're gonna say next. It's
Yes.
almost in hand that you have trouble with
Yes.
emotions.
Yes.
Love that one so
Yes.
much. What is your spirit animal?
My spirit animal.
What would you say?
Cat.
A cat?
Yes, a cat.
Why is that?
I've been compared to a cat. I would compare myself to a cat. I think the way I move very quietly. I'm very I feel like I'm observant. I feel like I can be patient, but I feel like also it's like I can hiss,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I am someone that can be and wants to be just, cute and cuddly. But can scratch if I need to. And I don't know. I don't know. I always think about like my cat that I used to have. Her name is Jupiter.
Oh,
Hence Jupiter's Groove. And yeah, I don't know. They're kind.
they are so good.
They
They're
are.
cat like Catwoman.
Right. Yeah.
So, how are you able to balance relationships and personal relationships and your social life while also doing music?
Hmm.
How are you able to like find a good balance between those while not getting like super burnt out and just locking yourself in the room?
Um, let's see. So, do you mean like just personal relationships in general or like romantic relationships specifically?
Well, since you said it, let's go there.
Goodness. Um, uh, I would say for me, it's really important to, uh, for anyone's partner to really understand the things that are extremely important to each person outside of that relationship. I think for some odd reason, I find it bizarre, but people, you know, they'll enter a relationship and they almost lose a part of themselves entering the relationship. And I feel like it should be a celebration of everything that is that person. I want to know about all the things that I have no relation to, and I want to, excuse me, I want to respect you enough as a person to give you the space to do those things because I know that that is what's going to bring me back the version of you that I love.
What is next for Paris? Like, how would you hope to grow as an artist? And what are you proud of this year? Since it is January, I'm gonna be cliche and ask what is your New Year's resolution?
Yeah, I've gotten this question a few times, and I think at the very least, at the end of last year, I didn't know much of what to say to it. But I'm grateful that I've been able to take some time, at the end of December, and even up to now, and having these ongoing conversations with myself about what exactly is next. I'm really grateful for being able to introduce myself with All's Good last year. And this year, what I'm really excited to do is I'm really excited to collaborate. I'm in a very collaborative mood, which is rare for me because I feel like I'm very like, this is this and this is this, and I have this thought. And
Virgo.
yes, very,
Yeah.
very that. But I want to collaborate. I want to collaborate. And there's a few folks that I already, I have spoken with, have gotten to work with, and I'm so excited to be working with them. One of those people is Specifics, incredibly talented producer. And we are currently just experimenting with what it sounds like when both of our sounds come together. So we're hoping to put out a small little project for the people later this year. I also plan on collaborating with my very best friend, Chisnina Thrower.
Yes, I'm there for that.
And we're hoping to really do a jazz focused project. And I also do have an EP coming out in the first quarter of this year, so actually pretty soon. And that's gonna be like house and dance music focused, and I'm looking to collaborate with a lot of my sisters from across the nation, and and really just like kind of have this celebration, have this release after the heaviness of All's Good. I'm just looking to lift up and be like, and just be a girl. I just want to I don't want to have to hold a story. I don't want to have to be mature. I don't want to have to be anything. I don't want to have to do that. I just want to just give like quintessential just me just flowing it, and I want to I want to see what can be done. I think it's going to be really exciting.
What is your current vocal stem at the moment? What do you go around the house saying? Mine is
Oh my goodness. I have a few. Oh my goodness. What are we saying? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is terrible. Because I definitely do it all the time. If I went upstairs and I asked Bella Noche right now, they'd be like, "You be saying this and this and this." I so badly want to give you an accurate answer.
We'll be right back.
Oh my goodness. The Go Girl trend.
How does that go?
I like that song Go Girl by Summer Walker, Lotto, and Doja Cat. And just like and it oh my goodness, Big Mama, no kids.
Oh, wait for the right time.
I'll just be saying it to anything. I'll be like,
Big Mama.
I'm like, I just left the house. Small like little mouse. I'm just saying anything.
That's mine too. Big Mama, no kids. Okay, let's see. What do you want the listeners, anyone watching this, like when they listen to your music or they meet you, what should they know about you? Like, don't do this, don't play with me, don't ask me this, what's
Oh my goodness.
What's something that people should know about you?
They should know that I'm not a monster. I feel like I'll be minding my business. I'm like a copybot. I'm just like, okay, hi, hello, here we go. And I'm not the Parris in all caps that's on stage. If you meet me, I'm very
I love that.
I'm pretty introverted. I'm pretty, to myself. I'm pretty like in my head most of the time. And I I'd love to talk. I really do. That's just that.
Okay.
It's two different people. It's the person that you see on stage, and then it's just Parris.
So is that person on stage like an alter ego? Like, does another like side come out of you? Like in Big Mouth, like where that monster. I have not watched Big Mouth, but I know there's a monster.
Right.
So is there like another side of you that just comes out and it's like you get in the zone? You're like, whoa, what happened?
I wouldn't say another side of me, but I definitely lock in. I definitely go like, okay, here we go, and it's more like a release, I think, of like, okay, this is what I got, and I love to know. I know I did my job correctly if I get off the stage and I'm like, I could just vibe out right now, because it's anything that's annoyed me, anything that's been here, anything that's good, it goes in there. You should see me perform if you know like I'm upset. Like if I got pissed, there's one show on this tour.
Tell me about it.
I was pissed before we went on. I was so mad. It was just, in all, we were like 2 hours behind. They like moved this thing in front. It was hot. There was a lot going on. And when I tell you, I got on there and I just sing harder. Like I just go for it. Honey was something serious. But yeah, it's just again, it's artistic expression at the core of it for me.
I see it. Wow, it's freaking amazing. Let's see. So I know you get a lot of your inspo from Beyonce. And what would you say is like just for you? Like what would you say is your favorite thing about yourself that's you feel like this is just my thing? And or like how long did it take you to like curate your individuality and your own specific way of doing things and style? Did that come at like one time, or did it just snap and it was like
I think the thing that contributes to a lot of how I present myself and how I go about things is just like a commitment to excellence. It just needs to be good. Like it needs to be good. Like let's make it excellent. Let's make it like high quality. That's the main thing I think for me. And a lot of traits that I have kind of follow after that. So like if you see me being like very neurotic about something, or you see me like in deep thought and I'm thinking about something over and over and over and over and over again, or I'm changing something over and over again, or I'm trying to do this or I'm trying to do that, it's because I have this commitment to excellence. I feel like if we can do it right, let's do it right.
Are you a perfectionist?
Yes, I would say retired perfectionist for sure.
Retired.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm learning to let like the organicness come through, and I think you'll see that, especially with specifics. You'll see that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it totally, it doesn't look like it, but it looks like you always have your stuff together. And I really admire the way that you take control of the band with the
Mm.
dun dun dun. I'm like, oh my god. So, anyways, so how, first of all, like, how do you get, just how do you take such command of the music that you're playing and the music that they're playing?
Hmm.
And is that just specific to the people that you're with,
Hmm.
or is that with everyone you work with? Do you make sure, do you like set the tone, like, hey, this is how things are going to be run? Like, how do you do that? Like, how's it done?
So it's first of all, thank you. And what a lot of people do not know is that yes, I'm performing and I'm singing. Like I'm singing my song that I wrote. Like that's what people get. But and I'm being a showgirl, if you will. But I'm also quite literally musically directing both myself and the ensemble at the same time. So, a lot of those cues, it's choreography, but also like I am genuinely keeping the band together. I'm quite literally the conductor. So it's definitely interesting, and I would definitely say I think if anybody that I've worked with were to ask or were to tell you, they definitely would say that I definitely bring that expectation to the ensemble, whatever the musicians are. I also have realistic expectations based off of like the time frame or like what I'm asking people to do, or or sometimes what I say I want is different from what I know I'm gonna get, and it's about taking the right journey to get like that feel, I guess, if that makes sense. um and yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's very professional.
I try to be. I really try my best. I'm not perfect, but I try my best.
Mm.
Yeah.
So, what do you do on those days where you're just feeling so down? Because I know right now I have seasonal depression and it's winter, there's no
Mm.
sun. So, what do you do on those days where you're like, or weeks at a time? Like, do you ever get just depressed out of nowhere? You just don't want to do anything. You're trying to find your will to live at this point. So, how do you do that? If so, while also still focusing on your career?
um you know I uh I think one thing that's really helped me is what spirituality has looked like for me. That's something that has helped. um but I think the number one thing that you can do is let it be. Like as someone that likes to try to control things, letting it be. Letting, like, if I'm not delivering 100% today, I'm not gonna force myself to. And having, I guess, that level of self care has been really important. And then also just the thought process behind this reality is it's largely what I can make it. There's a lot happening to me right now, and it's very imperative that I remain vigilant. That what is in my control,
Mm.
and where
Yeah.
can we go? Because to me, I think that half of the sickness, at least in my experience, comes from letting what I'm going through get to me and think less of myself in that way. If I'm like, I cannot do it today, and if I let that fact that I cannot do it today inform that I'm like a lesser person, or I'm less worthy, or I'm like in trouble or something. Like if I let my nervous system go out of
Yeah.
whack, it's gonna completely take me out. Like I have to, you know, take that time to just like, okay, here we go. Like we're gonna be inside, and also remembering what you love. It's very easy to forget the things that you do love, and you'd be surprised with how much, you know, how many things you can do, uh, to cheer yourself up, I guess, even if it's temporarily. Um, and I'll get advice. I'll give me a little drink, like some whiskey, honey. Let me
Mm-hmm.
just. I'm like, you know what, shutting it down. Let me just go ahead and
Ain't nothing wrong
I'll.
with that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Do you ever get tired of singing? Tired of performing? Tired of doing what you're doing? Like, does it ever get old? You're like, okay, we're doing this, but I'm kind of not that excited about it. But let's keep doing it. Like, and if you ever do, what do you do about it?
All the time. All the time. It's so funny. My drummer's my drummer's partner asked me before we went on for the Big E. She was like, "Are you excited?" And I was like, "No."
That's so real. I hate when people ask me that because I'm not.
I genuinely was not. Like I was like I don't feel, at least I don't feel like those like little kid like butterflies, because I part of it is that, you know, I don't believe in Santa anymore, and I am Santa now, and I'm like
You are Santa now.
I am Santa now. I'm responsible for creating the experience. I'm like, baby, I've gone back and forth in these emails. I've just done third. Yes, we rehearsed. You know what I mean? Like, I have done the work to get it, and I know I'm gonna deliver, and I know I'm gonna have fun once I'm in it. And it's always fulfilling at the end of it, for sure. I think I would be most scared if I left the performance feeling like over it, because that's a different conversation. Yeah.
And if that were to happen, what would be your first move to like fixing it and making sure you're still in love with the craft?
They'll be just sitting down and being like, okay, what was that? Let's figure that out. And sometimes, you know, I mean, add something. Like, what's different that I can do? There's so much that I don't do that I'm supposed to be doing on stage. Fun fact.
Really?
Yes. I am not.
And that says a lot.
I think yeah, I think it can. I mean, there's a lot of songs like I'm supposed to be given dance breaks. I'm supposed to be given this. Like, there's so much more that's like that was in the brain, and I'm trying to figure out what adding that in really looks like. But I've really been focusing on the musician side of it, but there's that other side of like, okay, dancing. This, you know, I'm starting to add it in now, but there's so much missing. There's so much missing.
So, what are you into? Like, what do you, besides music? Like, what's your hobbies? What do you like to do for fun, just to kick back when you're like, okay, I don't want to think about music.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Like, what are some of the things you like to do? Your comfort show, comfort meal, like cook. What?
Yeah. I always sound like somebody's granny when I say that. I don't watch TV. I'm not a saint though. I will scroll on my phone for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. But I like to play chess.
Ooh.
I do. I like to play chess. I feel like it teaches me some things, and it also humbles me, and I need that. I love doing things that I suck at. I'm like, oh my god.
You that you're not perfect.
Yeah. Although I'm getting kind of good, so it's like it's I have to find something else to do. But I love to play chess.
Maybe like play with like join a club or something.
Perhaps. Oh, also roller skating.
We gotta go. I just got a pair of roller skates for Christmas. Yes.
You need to go roller skating. Yes.
Have you ever seen those fine videos where they're skating backwards?
Yo,
and the dude comes up behind like.
They be so when it's like 10 of them, they're like all moving at the same time. I'm like, how are y'all doing that?
They do the split and they drop on the floor against the wall. I need to learn how to do that.
I can't do a split. Period. People think I can because I'm flexible, but I can't do a split.
It's okay, me either.
I want to though.
Me too.
I just want to humble myself just a little bit. I want to go on a hot air balloon.
Yes. Speaking of romance, what is your last question? What is your perfect date? Like, if they took you on this date, you're getting married. What's your perfect date? Describe it to me. Food, location, activity.
Food, location, activity. Okay. Perfect date. Is this like just any date, or is this the first date?
Any date.
Any date.
Because they have to know you.
Okay.
Because the first date, okay, you don't know me. But the perfect date, they know you.
The perfect date. Food, I think if we got to cook together, I think that would be really fun. Especially if we were able to make if we were like cooking together with like some food that is like very traditional. So like if we were like making like some like a Jamaican dish that I grew up with or something like that, we made that together, and it came out like how like my grandma used to make it. Like that would be everything. That and like a good good wine. Okay, a good place. Well, I said that was home, but a place Oh, I love like a museum, or like if we go to see like the symphony or something, or like just like a jazz lounge or
Oh
something like
yeah.
that. Like something that's very like calm, but like also still like it's vibes. Like you still dress for it, but it's like you're chilling. Some have a little whiskey on the rocks or something. Like very just like relax. And you're there and you're enjoying your time, and it's a little slower. And the activity. Maybe just walking.
Hmm. Sounds
Maybe.
simple.
Yeah. It's there. Yes. I feel like it's gonna be simple because everything professionally is like up here.
See, and that's why I asked this question, because I think it tells a lot about a person. You're very, when you're on stage, bam, big, very, and
Yeah.
then your perfect date is something from your childhood, a meal,
Yeah.
something comforting, something where you feel
Yes.
safe,
Yes.
a nice, easy. So it seems like you value your time, you value your comfort,
Yes.
and also
And
intimacy.
some flowers.
Yes.
I need some flowers.
That's so romantic. I love that. Have any upcoming projects or shows you want anyone to know about, or any big news?
I just made all that noise. I just be making noise.
I see.
I don't have anything extremely specific, but definitely look out for. No, I do. I lied. Look out for 2002, the EP coming by me. That's the year I was born, so I was like, all right, let's go with it. And I just want to, again, just be young and lean into that Black femininity, lean into, just feeling free. That EP is gonna be coming out in the spring, spring, summer.
Yes.
And yeah, and then just watch out for whatever performances I got going on. It's gonna be something.
Heck yeah. So, any last words?
Any last words?
Any last words? That sounds so like, any last words?
Stay safe. Stay dangerous. All right, bye.
Bye. Thanks for watching, and subscribe to the Big in the Backyard Media. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to Kayla's side of the Backyard Media, TMZ. So, are we seeing anyone at the moment?
The only thing I'm singing is this track.
Period. I was hoping for that answer. Keep chasing that bread. Now actually let the bread chase you.